Welcome to a special edition of the Red Sea Corridor. I am your digital anchor, bringing you AI-empowered geopolitical analysis under the sole editorial direction of Tseday Mekbib. Today, we are breaking down the newly released 2026 United States Counterterrorism Strategy and focusing our lens on a critical yet highly overlooked region, the Horn of Africa, with a specific emphasis on Ethiopia. In today's segment, we will unpack three critical points. First, the glaring disconnect between Washington's promise to protect persecuted Christians and the grim reality of state-complicit massacres against Ethiopian Orthodox believers. Second, how Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has masterfully weaponized the prosperity gospel to create an international religious shield for his political survival. And finally, the unspoken transactional deal driving America's silence, the global race for Ethiopia's highly lucrative tech minerals. The 2026 U.S. Counterterrorism Strategy, issued under the Trump administration, makes sweeping, aggressive promises regarding the African continent. The document explicitly claims that the plight of the most persecuted people on earth has been ignored for too long. It takes a hardline stance, declaring that the US will not permit terrorist groups operating on the continent to massacre Christians with impunity. The administration even points to recent decisive military actions taken in Nigeria as proof that the slaughter of Christians will not go unchecked. Yet, when we look at Ethiopia, the narrative collapses into a tragic double standard. Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Christians are facing horrific targeted massacres. The blame for this bloodshed points directly at the government itself. Despite the escalating violence, the state has consistently failed to even acknowledge that these massacres are taking place. This deafening silence is not mere incompetence, it is state complicity. To understand why, we have to look at the political survival strategy of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Amidst spiraling national chaos, the Prime Minister needs to occupy the populace with a manufactured religious agenda. By stoking religious and ethnic divisions, the administration effectively employs a divide and conquer strategy, keeping the population fractured in order to secure his own seat of power. Crucially, Abiy Ahmed has masterfully masked this domestic chaos with an international religious shield. As a follower of the prosperity gospel, Abiy Ahmed frequently intertwines his political survival with a narrative of divine mandate. This rhetoric speaks directly to the heart of the American evangelical establishment. By cultivating powerful ties with this demographic, highlighted by his keynote appearance at the 2025 European Congress on Evangelism, alongside influential figures like Pastor Franklin Graham, Abiy has made himself a darling of the American religious right. This creates an impenetrable political shield. It is politically unviable for a conservative US administration to hold a foreign leader accountable for massacres when that same leader is championed as a beacon of faith by their own voting base. But religious diplomacy is only the cover. The true driver of Washington's silence is cold, hard economics. The 2026 strategy is unapologetically rooted in an America First doctrine, and the silent engine of this bilateral relationship is the global race for tech minerals. For context, tech minerals, often referred to as critical minerals, are the foundational raw materials required to power the modern world. They include elements like lithium, tantalum, cobalt, and rare earth elements. These are the non-negotiable building blocks for everything from smartphone capacitors and electric vehicle batteries to artificial intelligence infrastructure and advanced military defense systems. Ethiopia is sitting on a gold mine of these specific resources. The country boasts significant, largely untapped pegmatite deposits of lithium and tantalum, particularly in the southern regions like the Kenticha mine. Tantalum is essential for high-performance electronics, while lithium is the backbone of the global battery supply chain. Washington is turning a blind eye to Ethiopia's state-driven fractures and the violence against the Orthodox Church because Addis Ababa offers something the America First strategy desperately needs: a lucrative, secure pipeline of these strategic tech minerals, bypassing reliance on global adversaries. The 2026 U.S. Counterterrorism Strategy may promise to protect the faithful, but here in the Red Sea corridor, fundamental human and religious rights are taking a backseat to transactional diplomacy, political survival, and the global tech supply chain. That is our analysis for today. Thank you for tuning in to the Red Sea Corridor on TsedAI News. Stay sharp and stay informed.